providing a separate layer for laying a separate extra layers on the top of the existing layer means that we are going to call it as a overlay. So then how we are going to measure the rating? Rating is measured in terms of depth of rut. Okay, the depth you are going to measure, you are going to place a aluminum straight edge like this, and you are going to measure with respect to the depth. Okay, the depth, the rut depth you are going to measure. So the depth, in terms of depth, you are going to measure the rutting. Then the severity, how we are going to classify the severity? Based on the depth of the rut, the severity level is classified. So if the depth is 6 to 13 mm, it is, we can say that it is a low severity. If the depth is greater than 13, less than 25, medium severity we can call. If the rut is greater than 25 mm, we can call it as a high severity. But usually whenever the rut depth is goes behind 25 mm, goes behind 25 mm means we will reconstruct the pavement. Okay, reconstruction is done. Okay, if the rut is exceeding 25 mm, greater than 25 mm means we are going to reconstruct the entire pavement. Okay, this is about the severity of rutting. So rutting means longitudinal surface depression in the wheel path. In the wheel path, along the wheel path, we can observe this longitudinal surface depression. Then what are the causes? Permanent deformation of the subgrade, permanent deformation of other layers, then lateral movement of materials due to traffic load. So lateral movement, because of the heavy traffic load, there will be lateral movement of the materials will be there. Then heavy channelized traffic. Because of the heavy channelized traffic, we can expect this rutting. What are the repair works for this rutting? One is patching, microsurfacing, then overlaying. That is providing a separate new layer over the existing layer that we are going to call it as a overlaying. Then what are the measurement? How you are going to measure this rutting means in terms of depth. Rut depth you are going to measure. Then severity. The severity will be measured in terms of maximum depth and based on the maximum depth of the rut. That is, if the rutting is 6 to 13, that we are going to call it as a low severity. 13 to 25, medium severity. Greater than 25, high severity, we are going to call it. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Next, go to the next distance called this is the mute yourself. Wait a minute. Okay. The next one is raveling. Okay. Raveling means wearing away of the pavement surface caused by dislodging of aggregate particles and loss of osmoid binder. Okay. Raveling means you remember on the pavement surface some aggregates will be dislocated. They will not be bonding with the surface. Some aggregates will be removed or dislocated or dislodged from the pavement surface. That we are going to call it as a raveling. You can see here, some aggregates are dislocated here and some aggregates are present here and some aggregates are present here. So dislocation of this aggregate particles and loss of asphalt binder, we are going to call it as a raveling. Okay, small sized aggregates will be removed from the pavement surface and it will be on the pavement itself only. That we are going to call it as a raveling. What are the causes for raveling? The first cause is a inadequate compaction of the pavement layer. So if you are not compacting the pavement layer properly, means you are going to expect this raveling. Okay, that is a inadequate compaction of the pavement layer. So if you are not compacting the pavement layer properly, means that is in all the layer, whether it may be a subgrade, then GSB, base course, binder course, and wearing course. If you are not compacting any one of the layer properly, means there you can expect this raveling failure. Then stripping of bitumen in the wearing course. Okay, stripping of bitumen. When you can expect this stripping means when there is a presence of water. When there is a presence of water, there you can expect this stripping of bitumen. Stripping of bitumen means removing the bitumen layer from the aggregate surface because of water presence. Because of the presence of water, if the bitumen get stripped off from the aggregate surface, their raveling is going to occur. Then insufficient bitumen content in the mix. Insufficient bitumen content in the mix. That is, if the bitumen content is not proper. So we have designed around 6% bitumen for 1 kg. So we have 6% bitumen for 1 kg of mix, means there should be 6%. If it is 5.8 or 5.5%, means there comes this raveling. Okay, that is insufficient bitumen content in the mix leads to raveling. Then improper bonding between aggregate and bitumen. So improper between bonding between aggregate and bitumen. That is, if the aggregate and bitumen are not properly bonded because of the presence of water, the improper bonding will be there. So there you can expect this raveling. Okay, there we can expect this raveling. Then what are the repair works to be done for this raveling? Patching the pavement. So patching should be done for raveling works. Then overlay may be provided. So remember, overlay means providing another layer on the existing pavement. So overlay means providing another layer on the existing pavement, means that we are going to call it as overlay. So the raveling can be repaired by using patching the pavement. Overlay may be provided, that is providing the another layer on the existing layer. Then raveling is measured in terms of square meters. This one is also measured in terms of square meter. That is, raveling is measured in terms of length into breadth. So it is measured in terms of length into breadth. So raveling is measured in terms of square meter. That is length into breadth of the pavement surface we are going to consider. Then severity. So some loss of fine aggregate, small quantity of fine aggregate loss, we are going to call it as a low severity. So if the loss of fine aggregate is there, means that we can call it as low severity. If the loss of fine aggregate and coarse aggregate is there, means that we are going to call it as a medium severity. If loss of coarse aggregate is there, if the loss of coarse aggregate is there, means we can say that high severity. So remember, raveling, which is measured in terms of square meter, the severity will be based on the loss of aggregates. Loss of aggregates. So loss of fine aggregates, that we are going to call it as low severity. Loss of fine aggregate and coarse aggregate, we are going to call it as medium severity. Loss of coarse aggregates, only the coarse aggregate loss is there, means then we can call it as a high severity. Okay, is it clear? Raveling, is it clear? Kindly respond. You can leave a message or you can unmute yourself and you can answer. Is it clear? Okay. Okay. Next, we will move to the next type of distance called showing. Okay. You can see the showing diagram. So it is a permanent longitudinal displacement of a localized area. You can see here. So permanent displacement of a localized area of the pavement surface. Only the pavement surface is dislocalized. That is a displacement has occurred like this. You can see here displacement of pavement. You can observe here whatever I am highlighting. So this is the longitudinal displacement. Okay. Permanent. Okay. Permanent longitudinal displacement of localized area of the pavement surface caused because of traffic pushing against the pavement. So whenever you are moving on the road means if you apply suddenly means the pavement tends to move. Okay, the pavement is going tends to move towards opposite to your vehicle. So that we are going to call it as a showing. Showing means a permanent displacement of pavement material, that too in the wearing course. Where you can see this means in the wearing course only. That is the top layer of the pavement. We can expect this showing. What are the causes for showing? Unstable bituminous mix or instability in the mix. So if you are designing the mix means it should be stable enough. It withstand the traffic pushing. Okay, traffic. It should withstand the traffic push. So if the mix is of unstable in nature and instability is there means it can't sustain this traffic push. So if the unstable is there means because of the traffic push, the pavement is going to move little away. That is the pushing of the first layer is going to take place. Then slippage between two layers. Okay, slippage between means friction is zero. When there is no friction between the two layers means we can expect this showing. So showing can be experienced only when slippage between the layers is zero. That is the friction between the two layers is zero. Then we can say that showing will occur. Then sudden application of brakes. I told right, you will be moving sudden if the mix is of unstable in nature. There, if you apply the brake suddenly means there is a chances of pavement movement along with your vehicle. That we are going to call it as a showing. Okay, that is sudden application of brakes. Then use of non-volatile oil on a roller wheel. When you are going to expect this means during construction. During construction, that too during compaction, if you are using non-volatile oil, like grease and all those things, where there you can expect this showing. And under the wheel of the compaction equipment, we can expect this showing. Okay, remember permanent longitudinal displacement of the pavement due to traffic push, that we are going to call it as a showing. What are the causes? Unstable bituminous mix or instability in the mix, slippage between the layers, there is the friction, there will be no friction between the layers, sudden application of brakes, use of non-volatile oil on the rollers during construction, especially during compaction. Then what are the repair works you are going to provide? Milling and overlay. Milling and overlay, that is they are going to remove this portion. Okay, whatever the showing portion is there, they are going to remove and they are going to provide the overlay, thick overlay. They will provide by providing the bondage between the existing layer and the new layer. So they will be providing the bondage between the existing layer and the new layer. So these are the repair works for the showing. There is a milling and overlay and providing thick overlay. Now, how you are going to measure this showing? Showing is measured in terms of a square area. Okay, that is a square meter of the surface area. So here the showing also measured in terms of length into breadth of the area. Length into breadth of the area. So you are going to measure the breadth and you are going to measure the length of showing. And you are going to note down. And there is no severities applicable for showing. And this severity will not be considering for the showing. So remember, longitudinal displacement due to traffic pushing, it is called showing. There is one more thing is there, slippage cracking. Don't get confused with slippage cracking and showing. Okay, so showing means longitudinal displacement of the pavement because of traffic pushing, unstable of the bituminous mix, then sudden application of brakes, then use of non-volatile oil on roller wheels, and the repairs. What are the repairs you are going to do? Milling and overlay, providing thick overlay. Milling and overlay and providing thick overlay. Then measurement, showing is measured in square meters. That is area measurement you are going to do. Severity levels of the showing is not applicable. Okay. Is it clear showing? Is it clear? Kindly respond. Is it clear? Okay. Now we'll move to the next this is called slippage cracking. I told right, don't get confused with slippage cracking and showing. We can see the difference between slippage cracking and showing. Here, the crack is not developed here, but only a longitudinal displacement of the pavement is there. The cracks are not developed here. But you can see here, the longitudinal movement of the pavement is there, and there is a development of crack is here. Okay. Have you observed this one? Have you observed? So in this, you can see there is no cracking is developed. Cracks are not developed. But in this, because of the slippage, the cracking is going to develop. So you can observe. So the crescent or a half moon shaped crack having two endpoints pointed away from the direction of traffic. You can see here the crescent moon shaped crack. Okay, the crescent moon shaped crack, which is developed because of the traffic movement in the opposite direction from the away from the direction. Okay, this is the direction, it will be moving away from the traffic direction. What are the causes? Inadequate interface treatment. So inadequate providing of prime coat, tack coat, and seal coat. Okay. Inadequate provision of prime coat, tack coat, and seal coat, we can expect this slippage cracking. That is inadequate interface treatment. That is improper treatment of prime coat, providing prime coat, tack coat, or seal coat. We can expect this slippage cracking. Then improper bonding between the pavement layers. When there is a improper bonding between the pavement layers means there we can expect this slippage cracking. When we can say that improper bonding means if the interface treatment is not properly provided means there we can say that improper bonding between the pavement layers. Then excessive deformation or deflection, especially in the subgrade soil because of frost action. Because of frost action in the subgrade soil, the excessive deformation is going to take place. Then heavy load or traffic. Okay, because of heavy wheel load, wheel or axle load, so that the slippage cracking is going to take place. So these are the four causes for this slippage cracking. Inadequate interface treatment, that is improper provision of prime coat, tack out and seal coat, improper bonding between the pavement layer, then excessive deflection, heavy load, traffic. So because of these causes, the slippage cracking is going to take place. Then repair works, milling and overlay, patching the affected area. You are going to mill this surface, so you will be milling this surface and you are going to patch, provide the patch, or you are going to provide the overlay. Overlay can be provided or patch can be provided. And slippage cracking is measured in terms of square meters or square feet of the surface area. Here this is also measured in terms of square meter. That is a slippage cracking equal to length into breadth. You are going to, and the severity is not applicable. Why? Because through visual inspection we can say that the slippage cracking and how much it is deteriorated. But it is similar to shoving only. The shoving and slippage cracking are same, but the crack will develop in the slippage cracking, but the cracks are not developed in the shoving. And the causes are similarly same causes we can write. Repair works also we can write the same, and the measurement is same. That is in there you are going to measure in terms of meter square, that is length into breadth, and the severity is not applicable. There also the severity is not applicable. Is it clear? Slippage cracking. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one is depression. Only 3 are there. We will finish. So depression are localized pavement surface area with elevation slightly lower than that of the surrounding pavement. You can see here this is the depressed part of the pavement. So don't get confused with rut and depression. Okay, rut and depression. So rut will be longitudinal depression. Depression will be lateral. Okay, lateral. Okay, you can see rut will be along the wheel path, but depression will be perpendicular to the wheel path. This is the rut and this is depression. Don't get confused with the rut and depression. Rut is a longitudinal depression along the wheel path. Depression is a lateral or perpendicular to the wheel path, that we are going to call it as a depression. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? Majority of you will get confused here. The difference between depression and rutting. Rutting means along the length of the road we are going to determine the depression. Depression means along the width of the pavement or across the width of the pavement. If we are determining the depth, means that we are going to call it as depression. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear or not? Okay. Then what are the causes for this depression? Settlement of subgrade soil. When we can say the settlement of subgrade soil? When it is a frost action. When there is a frost action in the subgrade soil, means the subgrade soil is going to settle. That is a settlement of subgrade soil is going to take place. So when there is a frost action, we can expect this depression. So the settlement of subgrade, because of frost action, the depression is going to take place. Then improper compaction of pavement layer. So if you are not compacting the pavement layers in proper manner, means we can expect this depression. Why? Because in some places the compaction will be done properly, 100% compaction density we have achieved, but in some places we will be not achieving the compaction density. So there we can expect this depression, that is improper compaction. Then improper drainage in the pavement. So whenever there is an improper drainage means the water get into the pavement layer and thereby creating the voids in the pavement. Okay, because of the same frost action. Okay, because of the same frost action is going to take place and they will be creating the voids in the pavement. So those voids will get settled and the depression is going to form. The last one is frost action. So for depression, the main cause for the depression is frost action. The main cause for the depression is frost action. Then what are the repairs you are going to provide? Replacing the poor subgrade. Whatever the subgrade soil is there, that is replacing the poor subgrade, or we can call it as a reconstruction of the road. Okay, reconstruction of road. So the entire road should be reconstructed. Okay, replacing the subgrade means, since subgrade is the foundation layer, if you are replacing the subgrade means the entire pavement should be replaced. So replacing the poor subgrade. Then patching the affected area. So you can do the patching also. So you can do the patching also. That is patching can be done for the affected area. To match that level, a patchwork can be done in this. And you can provide the overlay also. Wherever it is required, you can provide the overlay. Then how you are going to measure the depression? Measured in terms of depth and square meters. Okay, you are going to measure the depth and you are going to measure the length and depth, not breadth. You are going to measure the length of the depression and depth of the depression, and you are going to calculate the area. Then severity, which is basically depends on the depth. Okay, the severity which is basically depends on the depth. Okay, you can see here the rut also, which is measured in terms of depth, and the depression is also measured in terms of depth. So in the rutting, we have fixed the maximum depth as 25 mm. Here it is 50 mm. Okay, you can see there it is 25 mm. Here it is 50 mm is considered as the high severity. So when the depth of the depression is 13 to 25, we can say that it is a low severity. When the depth of the depression is 25 to 50 mm, it is medium severity. When the depth of the depression is greater than 50 mm, we can say that high severity. Okay, these are the some severity which is basically depends on the depth of the pavement. Okay, that is the depression of the affected area. Okay, this is about depression. Is it clear? I think you know the difference between depression and rutting also now. Is it clear? Is I am moving fastly? Kindly respond. Is I am moving fastly? Is it clear? Depression and rutting. So kindly tell me, is I am moving faster or slower? Is it okay with my speed? Kindly respond. You can leave a message or you can. Is I am moving fast? Is I am moving fast? Okay, okay, okay. The next distress is bleeding. Only two are there. I will complete these two and I will stop the session. So bleeding. The next distress is bleeding. Usually the bleeding will not create any problem, but it will affect the skid resistance. Okay, it will affect the skid resistance of the pavement. Okay, skid resistance of the pavement. Okay. So excess bituminous binder, it is binder not bunda, it is binder. Excess bituminous binder occurring on the pavement surface, usually in the wheel path. You can see here, this is the bleeding surface. Okay, this is the wheel path. Okay, this is the wheel path. You can expect this bleeding. Okay, what you can see that a shiny glass like a reflective surface is going to form on the top layer. Okay, we can see that shiny glass like a reflective surface which is going to form. So you can observe on the pavements, some pavements will be there where the bitumen will be on the top layer only. Okay, leaving behind the aggregates, the bitumen will be present. Okay, which will leads to bleeding. You can see this is the bleeded surface. Okay, we can see that this is the bleeded surface. Okay, so that the bitumen is on the top side of you can see here, this is the regular pavement. Okay, this is a regular, but if you see this bleeded surface, the bitumen is on the top surface only. So what are the causes for this bleeding? Excess bitumen binder in the mix. So when the bitumen is excess, okay, when the bitumen is excess in the bituminous mixes, there we can see that bleeding of the bitumen is going to take place. So if excess bitumen is there means some bitumen will be utilized for bonding the aggregates. Some bitumen will be used for stripping, coating the aggregates. And after these two processes, if any bitumen is left out means it will be on the top layer. So excess bitumen will be in the top layer, that we are going to call it as bleeding. So excess bitumen which is present in the bituminous mixes, we are the major cause. Then low air voids in the mix. When the air voids are lesser, and there is no voids means the bitumen will not send to the voids. It will not be occupied by the voids, but it will be on the top surface only. That is, the voids will not be occupying the bitumen, but it will be sending the bitumen to the top, and which will be creating the bleeding surface. Then excessive application of bitumen, where you can see this means whenever you are going for a prime coat or tack coat application, if you are providing excessive interface treatment, excessive application of prime coat and tack coat, there you can see this bleeding. Then improper bonding between aggregate and bitumen. That is, if there is no proper bonding between aggregate and bitumen, the bitumen get separated from the aggregate and it will be projected upwards, and it will be projected upwards, and which will be creating a bleeding surface. What are the repairs you are going to do? Milling the affected area. Okay, milling means they are going to mill like this. That is, they are going to remove the top surface and applying the coarse sand. After milling, they are going to apply the coarse sand. So after milling, you can see here what I can say. Initially, last 1 month back or 2 months back, in the Vidyanagar cross, they have milled the surface. Similarly, they are going to mill the bleeded surface. That is, they are going to remove the top layer and they are going to apply the new layer, or coarser sand will be applied on this bleeded surface. Then remove excess binder by heating and cutting. So they are going to heat the bituminous surface. So since bitumen is becomes liquid at a higher temperature, so they are going to heat the bitumen and they are going to remove the excess bitumen from the surface. Then how you are going to measure this bleeding means measured in terms of square meter. That is bleeding is equal to length into breadth. So bleeding will be measured in terms of length into breadth. So the repairs are milling the affected area. So they are going to mill the area. They are going to apply the coarse sand. Then removes excess bitumen by heating. Why? Because the bitumen is temperature susceptible. It behaves like liquid at higher temperature, behaves like a solid at lower temperature, behaves like a semi-solid at room temperature. So if you keep on heating the bitumen, it will become liquid. So it can be easily taken out. Then severity, small quantity of bitumen will be on the pavement surface, that we are going to call it as low severity. Medium, losing surface structure due to excess bitumen. You can see here, this is either medium severity or high severity. You can see shining surface is appears. Okay, when the surface is shiny, that we can call it as a high severity. So there are three severities: low, small quantity of bitumen present on the surface, loss of texture, appears shiny. So based on this, we can say that the severity of the bleeding. Okay, is it clear? Bleeding. Is it clear? Kindly respond. Okay. Next is the last distress in the flexible pavement is a polished aggregate. You can see here surface binder worn away to expose a coarse aggregate. So you can see here only the coarse aggregates are projected to the environment. Only the coarse aggregates are projected to the environment. That we are going to call it as a polished aggregates. Only surface binder is worn away, exposing the aggregates to the environment or to the wheel load, that we are going to call it as a polished aggregate. Surface mortar and texturing worn away to expose aggregate in the surface. So surface mortar is means the bitumen which is lost due to worn out because of the tire. So only the aggregate texture is going to expose, that we are going to call it as a polished aggregates. What are the causes? Repeated application of load. So if we apply repeated application of the load means the tire will worn out the bitumen which is present on the surface layer. So which will be creating the polished aggregates. So aggregates get polished. That is a wear and tear action of the tire and the aggregate surface will create this polished aggregates. That is because of the repeated application of load, the polished aggregates is going to form. Then poor abrasive strength of the aggregates. If the abrasive strength is very poor in nature means if a tire surface rubs the aggregate surface means if there is any loss of material means there we can say that the aggregate will be poor abrasive strength. That aggregate will be having the poor abrasive strength. So because of this poor abrasive strength of the aggregates, the polished aggregates is going to form. Then poor soundness of the aggregate. That is durability. If the durability of the aggregate is very less means we can expect this polished stone aggregates. That is polished aggregates. Then presence of abrasive material. Okay, abrasive material like sand. Presence of sand on the pavement surface, which will be acting as a abrasive media. So which will be acting as a abrasive media, which will be creating the problem. Then repair works. What are the repairs you are going to provide? Open graded friction course, that is providing the open graded friction course and providing a thin overlay. So on this providing a open graded, that is a premix carpet. Okay, we can call it as a premix carpet. So providing a 20 premix carpet layer over these polished aggregates and providing the overlay. Overlay means I told by providing a thin layer of bituminous mix over the existing layer. So providing the overlay, we can avoid this polished aggregates. And it is measured in terms of square meter and severity is not applicable. Okay, it will be measured in terms of square meter. So causes repeated application of load, poor abrasive strength, poor durability, presence of abrasive material, repair works, open graded friction course. We call it this as a OGFC or OGPC, open graded premix carpet. Then providing a thin overlay and it is measured in terms of square meter. Is it clear? Is it clear? Kindly respond. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Okay, these are the various distresses which is going to occur in the flexible payment. Okay, this is all about the distresses which will occur on the payment. So in the tomorrow's class, we will be discussing about payment evaluation, that is the structural and functional evaluation. In detail, we are going to discuss. Okay, I will stop here. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts in this? Any doubts?